inside. Yes, Mickey, with less than a 16th to go. What the Hill, a short lead. Lindy the Great to the inside. Yes, Mickey, coming to the wire. It's What the Hill, and David Miller winning the
pocket sitter. Turned first over attacker What the Hill. In behind them, Dover Dan from in third. International Money still got work to do. They're in deep stretch, and here comes What the Hill and Miller on the outside. What the Hill converting off the pocket trip to win the Canadian Trotting Classic. He won it by 3 going away. It's What the Hill.
Third, 3/4, 1:24.2 into the stretch. Looks like a Chippendale appears to be on the verge. Crazy Wild trying to fend him off. Room at the rail for What the Hill. He's raging late. And in heavy traffic is Pinkman on the far outside. Dayson trying to close in. But off the rail comes What the Hill, the 3-year-old. What the Hill to seal his division. What the Hill, then Dayson. And then it was Pinkman third and Mambo Lindy fourth. What the Hill in 1:50.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Talking Trotters for What the Hill. And a little bit going on here. I may have forgot to turn the volume up on a couple of things prior to starting this show, but anyway, we're up and we are away. And I will say thank you to everyone who has joined in, either via the Facebook or YouTube. Yep, really do appreciate everyone that's tuned in. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, please comment on there. If you're actually watching online as well, I wouldn't mind some feedback there as well. Seem to have a bit of a glitch in the system. I'm just trying to work it out whether it's there or not, so please get involved. Of course, this show is proudly brought to you by What the Hill and this team at Woodland Stud. And with sad news this morning, I woke up to hear the passing of American Ideal, a beautiful stallion, and he was a terrific horse, great sire, had so many upsides to him, that's for sure. But yeah, unfortunately lost his battle, a short battle with illness just yesterday, 2 days ago. So yeah, so it's unfortunate for him, for the farm, everyone involved with Woodlands. I passed my deepest condolences. He was a cool dude. He was he was a really cool dude of a horse. He had a lot going for him. He was a lovely boy to be around, and a lot of fun as well to to be around. But yeah, it is a little bit sad in that sense that he's no longer with us, and my condolences to him, as also the Lower Long Farms crew. I know I had a cool picture of Renee the other day, and yeah, unfortunately, yeah, I know they all felt a lot of joy from that horse. It was a lot of fun to be around. So yeah, condolences to the whole family. All the stallions have stopped serving. The Woodland team have all stopped serving. They're in quarantine. Unfortunately, he was due to start quarantine. But they're up here in Australia. We'll be heading back shortly, as will What the Hill, Sweet Lou, Better's Delight, down by the seaside as well. So fortunate enough to be over there and seeing those boys earlier this year. And yeah, I wasn't expecting that news for him, but yeah, sad day. Going to be a good show tonight. Got Anton Golino coming on a little bit later on. I'm actually going to discuss the Prix d'Amérique with him, as well as a few other things. Tumby Park, hello Scotty Whitten. Nice to catch up with you again very shortly. Always fun for a bit of a chat. I know he was at the Golden Guitar. This is only Talking Trotters, but he was at the Golden Guitar the other day. So good to see you, Scotty, watching on there. It's good, always good. I always see the people's names. Don't see everyone's name, so if I don't call your name out, don't panic. They don't all show up, but yeah, Scotty's definitely, or Tumby Park did, just then as well. So, right, we've got a fair bit to cover off on, of course, the Great Southern Star, and when I get to Anton Golino on, we will discuss that with him, and can go from there. But initially, I am going to try, hopefully this, we get through here. I did everything but one thing. And yeah, anyway, hopefully we get it. I think I know what's going on actually here. Just need Crystal Hackett to answer the phone. Crystal, hello to you. Very good. I've got to do a couple of things because I didn't start one thing up. You've got to always be, actually, I reckon I can get it started. I can get it all started. Firstly, thank you for joining me. And I said about I can watch and see who the guests are that are watching. Harrison Orange is actually watching. We both know Harrison, so we know where he actually literally just jumped on just then. But also, Mum's watching, so we've got to be very, very careful. Make sure we say the right things around Mum. That's for sure. We've got all that. We've got all of that going. Firstly, thank you very much for joining me. Thrill, we've got to look after you. We've got to get you out a bit more, but I do appreciate it. I actually, in all seriousness, before we go too far though, Crystal, I must say thank you, because I know whenever I put a camera in front of you or that, you're always happy to have a chat. It's not always what harness people, I suppose, signed up for. If you like, I think it's generally the love of the horses and getting the message out there for the horses first and foremost is what we're all about. But we've got to promote it, and you're always terrific for me. I ask, and you'll always give me an interview and have a little bit of fun as well along the side. So I will say thank you very much for that. And then I'm going to say congratulations on yesterday. It was actually with Faith in Manchester. Firstly, how was that day? We'll touch on the race in a second, but how was the day? Just getting told that they can't hear you, Crystal. Can you talk again? I don't know why they can't hear you. Bugger. Hang on a sec, Crystal, I have an issue because you're coming through my ears, but not through the podcaster, not through the machine. Go again, please. I don't understand how this has happened. Modern technology, Crystal, is driving me nuts here. Can you talk again? That's plugged in. You've got to be there. I don't understand how this has happened. Crystal, I might call you back in a second. Just leave it with me. I'll ring you back in 2 secs. Okay, so I've just been told that Crystal is not on there. I've got audio coming back everywhere. I don't think... Right. People maybe can't hear me properly either, I would suggest. Right. Okay, so now the audio should be a lot better. Hopefully that's a lot better now. I apologise. Just going to double check. That one's going through there. Yep. So my wife's come back to tell me, so yep. So hopefully now we should be right. Looks better now.
Is that better?
It should be better now, Crystal. Just
Hopefully.
Yeah, that's better. I can definitely see you there. The only problem I've got now is I've got one of these bloody things working and it's got the audio on it. I've got to turn the audio down on that because I can hear it in the background. Right, we're better now. So I do apologise for that. I wasn't sure what was going on, but I don't think the initial audio that I had going out on my feed was through my mixer. It was just through the computer desk. So I do apologise for that, but that's okay. Firstly, thank you for joining me and congratulations on winning your first group race on Monday. We'll start it all over again, but that's fine. Congratulations for that.
Yeah, thank you. No, it was great to get the monkey off the back, and it was a goal at the start of the season to win a group race after a few placings last year. So to get that kicked off in January was definitely pretty exciting.
Yeah, a good way to start the season, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure, yeah. Definitely can't complain with that, yeah.
You've started the season off very, very well already yourself as well, which is good, and we're going to talk about a few other things you got going on. But this filly, she wasn't really fancied in the market, but how was your confidence level when you lobbed the prime position, basically?
Well, actually, like me, I was spoken about the race beforehand, and obviously you got the quality, his Sunny Sister and Malzadell in there, and Resolve and Sacred Mountain. We couldn't really disregard any in the field. But she won her last start down at Cambridge 2-3 weeks ago, and she won it. She had no right to win the race actually with the run she got, but she did. And Mum said she'd worked on super, and drawing the front row was always a bonus to us. And she's got great standing start manners now. And so our game plan we've said was to step, and hopefully she brought the manners and was able to step quickly. And we had a short list of horses that we were happy to trail, and luckily Kiss and Run was on the list, and it just worked out perfectly from there. But as soon as I stepped and was able to trail Kiss and Run, I sort of thought if she's on, if we've got her 100%, she should give them a good shake here. And definitely the confidence levels, they went up a bit down the back. At about the 600, when I pulled the blinds down, she really picked the bit up, and I thought, like, shit, we could be on chance here. So yeah, it was really good.
I've got the video playing over the top, and you've basically easing down as you're getting to the line. That was a nice little bit of a luxury, if you like. Like you said, you woke her up down the back, but as soon as that sprint lane came, the race was over, wasn't it? She put 2 strides in there, and she just went past them all.
Yeah, exactly. She I took the lane and was able to pull the hood, and I gave her 2 taps on the bum, maybe even 3, and turned the stick away again. She just strode away from them. It was really good.
She's got a lovely record, 47 starts, 7 wins this season though, 2 from 2, and she won 1 towards the end of the season last season. So she's really starting to find a form. Is there anything Mum and Dad contribute that to?
No, I think just the creatine breeds sort of tend to get better as they get older. She had a few manners issues early on. She used to do a few things wrong, and yeah, but she's sort of matured a bit, and she's just found a purple patch of form, and she's a good mare who, when she finds her form, she tends to stick with it. So hopefully we can continue that run for a wee bit longer.
Mel Zadell, Mum and Dad's other horse, they would have been wrapped to Quinella it. I'm sure they would have been happy either way, but they're probably a little bit happier with you coming in first. But they must have been so wrapped with her. She's just a bonny wee filly, this filly. She's only had 3 wins. She deserves quite a few more. Her run in the Oaks last year was outstanding, and she's got a bright future, hasn't she?
Yeah, for sure. She's got a lot of placings to her name now, as well as the 3 wins, but she's got 3 Group 1 placings, so seconds of all. So yeah, no, she is a nice mare, a good horse to have in the barn, that's for sure. And
her manners seem outstanding.
Yeah, she is. She's getting a lot better at the standing start. She's able to be in the field now. She used to be out on the unruly, but she's come a long way with her manners as well, and she's in the field now and puts herself in the race. And yeah, I was a bit worried about her on the bend when she headed Kiss and Run, but when I got the passing lane, I sort of thought, no, well, at least we're going to be able to Quinella it here, which is pretty exciting. Taking 2 horses to the races and Quinellaing the group races, always good. She's
bred to improve too. She's by Orlando Vici. There's a nice wee horse, as you Kiwis like to say over here, called Just Believe. But I tell you, Orlando Vici, Adele, it's a brilliant line, and Mum and Dad must be wrapped.
Yeah.
Mum and Dad must be wrapped there, and the future looks very bright for a horse like her to keep improving. How many horses?
Yeah, for sure.
How many horses do Mum and Dad train? I know, and anyone wondering, Crystal doesn't actually work with Mum and Dad, although you do help them out. But how many do Mum and Dad work?
I think they've got about 20, 25 on the property at the moment. Yeah, so got a few there.
All trotters?
Bar one pacer.
He's still got him, okay. Because he's had that one for a little while, so...
Yeah. Got him for me to learn the ropes of pacing on early on, and we've won 6 races with him now. So, no, he's still hanging in there. He's a good old horse to drive every week.
And Mum and Dad were the leading trotting trainers last year on the North Island, so that's always a good thrill.
Yeah, no, they were again leading trotting trainers, and they were actually won the Auckland Premiership as well. So they have a premiership that runs for the most wins at Alexandra Park, and they were able to take that out as well, which was a big thrill considering they generally only have the trotters in. So a lot less races than everyone else. Yeah.
So they beat Tony Hurley and the Purdens and the likes to win that.
Yep, they sure did. Yeah.
That's an awesome effort. Well done. I've got a soft spot for Dad. I must say he's a lot of fun to be around. But I reckon if he is watching, mate, have another beer on me, because that's a bloody good effort actually when you think about it.
Yeah, no, like they start a lot of horses each year, but what people don't realise is that they've generally got 3, 4, sometimes even 5 in the same race. So it's hard to win with all of them because they're racing each other. So no, it's a great effort to get that ticked off the bucket list for them, winning the Auckland Premiership.
Michael House has just tuned in. He said, "What did I miss, Michael? I want you to hang on, but not for you. Just got to wait a little bit because I'm talking to Crystal." But we will highlight one of Michael's horses the other day that went very, very good, I must say. You work for Barry Purdon. I was just looking at your stats. You've had 62 wins yourself, 38 of those on trots. So you do get your fair share of outside drives, which must be encouraging for you.
Yeah, it is. It's great. I get a lot of support from Barry, and a lot of other trainers are starting to support me too. Andrew and Lynn Neal have been massive supporters over the last 6 to 10 months sort of thing. And yeah, getting a lot of outside drives now, which is a big thrill.
They do a lot of good things, Andrew and Lynn. They also had a horse in the Monty race the other day. Did you ever ride in the Monty race?
No, not this year.
Just on that, I had Joe Stevens on last week, who actually, incidentally, is the trainer of Kiss and Run that you got the cold sit on and go past. But she was very passionate about her day. How did it end up? It looked like you had a good crowd. Looked like there was plenty of activities going on, though, with the horses there on the Monday.
Yeah, there was. It was a good crowd. They do generally attract a good crowd for the Battle of the Breeds competition that Joe does a super job in running. Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun for them all involved, and they had the Monty race and a Jewel Sulky as well. So I was part of the Jewel Sulky, and it's always lots of fun getting out there, bit of banter with the galloping jockeys and that sort of thing. It was good.
Who won the Jewel Sulky?
Ben Butcher and I can't tell you the name of
Doesn't matter.
Craig Grills, I think. Craig Grills, I think, was his thoroughbred person in the bike with him.
Dylan Ferguson was trying to say that he was going to win it, so because he was being cheeky last week to Joe, and we could hear him in the background saying that he was going to win it. So clearly he didn't win it. So yeah.
No, he galloped around the first bend, broke a hobble, so he actually come last.
that'll teach him for being too cocky.
For sure.
But anyone wondering, yeah, they had the jockeys there. They had some, all retired, well, not all retired, but a lot of retired standardbreds and thoroughbreds getting around there and showing a different discipline, which is, I think, great marketing and very well done. I did notice I didn't realise this until watching, it must have been your race actually, and there was some cross-country jumps set up over the back straight, over the back of the track. So having that little bit of extra land probably makes it a little bit easier for them to be able to do some of those disciplines as well.
Yeah, no, they had the round the ring and the cross country, the hunter jumps, all sorts out there. It was pretty cool to watch.
Crystal, just the start of February is going to be for Team Teal, and you're one of 5 ambassadors that are going to be a part of it in New Zealand. I've got the website where if you want to be any part of that in New Zealand, you can go there. It's hrnz.co.nz/teal-24. It's a cause a lot of women, and young ladies like yourselves, it's not something you probably think about, but in harness racing, it's almost like a badge of honour. You must be rapt to be an ambassador for the Team Teal for the month of February.
Yeah, definitely. I do. You drive with honour when you're a Team Teal ambassador, and I'm pretty happy to be out there again this year with the teal colours on. It's definitely a big honour to be part of Team Teal once again. Yeah.
Do you enjoy these positions and roles you're getting now as you're still a junior driver, but becoming more and more of a senior driver? Do you enjoy these sides of things?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, no, it is. It's great, and it's another way of getting my name out there. So it's great for me to be able to support the cause, but also it's supporting me in one way or another.
Yeah, and I mean, you were over recently for the Inter-Dominion for the Junior Drivers Championships and a few other things as well. I've got a bloke trying to FaceTime me, Crystal, so hopefully you're still there. And I don't want to answer it. But you were recently over there for that. Then you also had a bit of a holiday. You went down south, and you still sort of get thrust into doing a few other things as much as enjoying it. So it does. There's a lot of different positions, I suppose, to being a young lady coming through this industry, isn't there?
Yeah, there is certainly, but we wouldn't have it any other way. It is great.
No, and you are a lot of fun. You are a bit of a chip off the old block. Right, while I've got you, well, he's not shy. I mean, he enjoys things. Is he coming over for the Great Southern Star at all?
He is. Yep. I think they fly Thursday morning, so look out, Australia.
He's getting older though. He wouldn't go down to the bunker. I was a bit disappointed to
No.
to hear that the other day. But I'm going to show the highlight of where is she? Gone one back too far. Auckland the other day. Actually, you drove a winner for Barry Purdon. The stable ended up with 4 winners, and I think you drove a couple of those.
5, yeah.
5 winners.
Five, yeah, and I one on a pacer called Bed Knuckle Up. It was actually the Crystal Hackett. It was my sponsored race, so it was pretty cool to win it. And on one of Barry's, it was great.
Yeah, good result, and it's good that they are sharing the wins around.
Yeah.
Zach probably doesn't enjoy him sharing the wins around, but that's okay. He can get over that. But I want to highlight, I was going to, actually, before I do, Nikki Chilcott and Amber Lefferby are going to be the trainers that are also ambassadors for the teal. So well done to both those people for getting involved in it. But I want to highlight this race actually that's on the camera now, Sacred Mountain. You run second with all cashed up, but Nikki Chilcott's got this little mare absolutely flying. I know she was in your race the other day, may not have backed up as well, but it's good to see Nikki with another high-class mare, isn't it?
Yeah, it is for sure, and it's nice, good to have her out there in the open ranks, putting the horse in the race to get both the field off the ground at Auckland on the Friday and the Sunday as well. It was good.
When I was in Cambridge just recently, she set a track record that night. Like when she finds the bunny or jumps in front, she seems very, very hard to beat, doesn't she?
Yeah, she is. She's pretty brave when she's up in front and rolling. She likes to roll us along a bit, and it's hard for anyone out the back to catch her. And she's a good quality mare and seems to be getting better and better at the moment. So it's good to have that quality of horse racing with us in the North Island.
Benjamin Butcher didn't sort of help you, got you going probably a little bit earlier than what you wanted to, but all cashed up was good again. He has his issues, but he was still terrific for you, getting into second and holding on for second, really. Yeah,
he was. Yeah, it didn't help getting pushed out early, but he's the sort of horse you have to go with him anyway. And I was happy we got round on an easy quarter round to the chair, so I was happy with that at least. But I was definitely happy with the way he finished it off too, because she's a nice mare when she's in front, and he didn't throw it away either. So he trotted along nicely for second, and which he'll pick up another one shortly, which is good confidence boost for us.
And anyone who wants to know, like, he dead set enjoys the reverse way of going, doesn't he? That's one of the reasons Dad ended up with a horse, because both Anton and Anton's going to be on in a minute, and Pat were just frustrated trying to get him around those last couple of turns, whereas the wrong way he seems to thrive on it.
Yeah, well, to us it's the right way, Paul. But yeah, he does seem to love the right-handed. We've given him one start at Cambridge, and it didn't go that well, so we're sticking to the right-handed way, and he's happy up at Auckland, so stick to where he's happy and running good races.
Yeah, no, we've got young Max Hills tuned in as well, so right down the bottom of the south, it won't be as warm where he is, that's for sure, Crystal, I don't think.
No, I wouldn't say it would be, no.
I don't know. I got to be a bit cheeky. I don't think I've ever had so many junior drivers tune into my show, actually, from New Zealand. I don't know what's going on here. Do you got any idea, Crystal, or not?
No, I'm not too sure what that would be about.
Right. While I've got you, though, I am going to highlight one other race. Did you happen to see Styx Jules win the other day at Addington?
No, because we had races the same night. Haven't actually had a chance to go back and watch those races yet. Young
Wilson House is last. He's just pulled out 3 deep. Give you a chance to watch it when you do. But this filly, and that's what I said to Michael House when I saw him on there. She's got rare speed, this filly. I love the depth, Crystal. I'd be interested in what you think, but the depth in trotters in New Zealand just outstanding, especially the mares right at the minute. Matt Markham told me that this mare's got exceptional speed, and she was outstanding winning on Friday night. I think it was an awesome win, and good to see Wilson getting a chance on some horses going through their grades as well.
Yeah, for sure. The trotters, you look at the fields most weeks, and the trotters seem to be 50-50, even more with the paces nowadays, which is great to see, especially for us trotting trainers. And the mares races, you only got to look at the race on Monday. It was a full field with 2 emergencies on the ballot, and they weren't able to get a start because it was a full field. So it's definitely promising looking forward, that's for sure.
Yep, and Wilson does a very, very good job. They're having a terrific run right at the minute, and he's going everywhere. He just seems to drop everything and turn up where you're not expecting him. That'd be fair to say, wouldn't it?
Yeah, for sure. He's putting in the miles and getting the rewards, which is great to see for a great kid like Wilson. I think he's up North Island this week at Lower North Island and Hara, so he's definitely doing the miles. That's for sure.
Yeah, he was at Cambridge. He seemed pretty happy at Cambridge, didn't he? He took a lovely photo, don't you reckon?
Yeah. I thought that I thought he'd be close to changing it to his new Facebook profile picture. If I'm honest, but he let me down there. But I did think it was a great photo too.
Who's Tyler Hackett? Is that a sister?
That's my sister. Yep.
We got them all coming on. Don't worry. There are other people, but I was like, David Brio from Ballarat, he's watching, and a few other people. But yeah, it's actually good. You and I are having a little slight in joke, but if Wilson or someone else is watching this back a bit later, I'm sure we'll get a message from them. That's for sure, Crystal.
Yeah. Might have to tell her to take notes on where the film would be.
I won't say too much, but she's actually going terrific too. Hats off to her. She's having we won't mention her name, but she is having a good run with that problem horse. So good on her. So yeah, it's a lot of fun, which is what I try to do, Crystal. I want to break down the barriers and get people watching New Zealand and New Zealand watching Australia and the likes. And I think with ambassadors like yourself, Wilson, and so many other people in the industry, it's an easy job to do. So I really do want to appreciate you coming on. I think I only messaged you about 2 hours ago, and you said, "Yep, absolutely." So I do really appreciate that, and I'll enjoy watching you win more races. Hang on, Michael's chimed in. I'm going to call the kid and tell him Crystal said kid. He's currently in truck headed up Highland. If I was Michael, I'd be trying to find out what you and I were cryptically talking about. Would be more information for Michael. He'd be a lot happier with that. I think Michael would be a lot happier to know that, actually, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I'd say he probably would. Yep.
And the kid could work it out, but he's a great ambassador for the industry as well. So, you're not coming over this weekend?
No, we've got a grass meeting, the only grass meeting we get in the North Island, Friday, Sunday this week. So got to be down there and support that. Got a few drives this weekend. So yeah, unfortunately can't make it over there for the Hunter Cup and Great Southern Stars. But yeah, down here racing will be good too.
Will you, Tyler Jew's on there, Anton Golino, I'll be with you in a second, Anton. Do you find yourself watching the Great Southern Star, Crystal? Will you be watching that?
Yep, for sure. I'll be watching the heats and the final, that's for sure.
Yeah, I thought so. No, very, very good, and you'll have to start watching New South Wales racing soon, sooner the better, and Merlin make their way up there. So
yeah, definitely. You're
going to know more Australian racing than me soon. So, but anyway. Crystal, thank you. Really appreciate you giving me the time. Hang on, 3rd and 4th grass meets on the North Island. He's correcting you. He's listening. Don't you worry about that.
He is too. Yeah. No, he is.
Emily's on there as well. While Emily's there, I will make sure I put this up. So if anyone in New Zealand wants to support the Team Teal, go there. I think you get $100 donated by Harness Racing New Zealand, plus I think clubs and individual sponsors will be giving more. Is that how it works?
Yep, that's how it goes. So Harness Racing New Zealand, and then each club that holds the race meeting as well puts forward $100, and then it's up to the ambassadors if they find their own sponsors, individual sponsors, which I'm very grateful. I've got quite a few this year, so it's good to get behind the cause. Yeah.
All right, very good. We might even catch up. I don't know if I will, but if I can get a chance, we might even have an all girls talk one night, which is going to be hard considering I'm not a girl, but we'll work it out. We'll work around that. But we might do a bit of a teal update. I might even be able to get Duncan on for a special show at some point of time, and just keep continuing to get the word out there, because it is a sickening disease, and we want to make sure that they can find a cure for it. Crystal, thank you very much for giving me the time. I'm sure you're going to get a little bit of ribbing for this from a few people, so I really appreciate it. But at the end of the day, also congratulations on winning your first group race. Won't be your last, and well done, and thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you very much for having me, Paul. Cheers.
Crystal Hackett there. Sorry about the start of that. I don't actually know exactly what was going on at the start, but anyway, we got it sorted eventually. It did take its time, but we managed to get that all sorted out and going from there. But she's a terrific girl, and great to see her. Faith in Manchester getting the chockies, and Bernie and Crystal do a good job with their horses, that's for sure. Rightio. Nutrient Nutrient Equine sale. While I'm just got to try and organise one thing here before I get Anton on, because I did have a couple of little technical issues, and they really come back to bite me on the backside at the minute. I think, yep, he's there, and his photo's disappeared. Oh, you've got to be joking me. Oh no, it must be there. It just must be under that one. Right. Okay. Good as gold. I can get out of that. I just like to have people's photos when you're doing it. Neville Pangrazio. Hello to you, Nev. Haven't had you on the phone for a while. We'll go from here. We just get off this one. I had all sorts of troubles at the start of this show. Anyone wanting to know? Where is it? Where is it? There he is there. We'll get Anton on the phone, and we should be good to go, hopefully.
G'day, Paul. How are you?
Very, very well, mate. Good to see you tuned into the show, and you're probably tuned in at the right time too, because I think we were talking about All Cashed Up. Again, running a good race for Bernie and Michelle over in New Zealand.
Nah, he's doing a great job there. You know, they seem to have got him mined out, and when he's right, he's a very fast horse, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He just doesn't sort of like the other way of going. As I was correctly pointed out to by Crystal just then, it is actually the right way of going, even though I said it as the wrong, the wrong way. I'm more than happy to be corrected from time to time, and she corrected me very, very properly. So yeah. Firstly, thank you very much for joining me, mate. And if you have to go,
pleasure,
you have to go,
pleasure.
because I know you've got the little ones. You always got them, but that's okay.
Yeah, I was actually just going to give you a warning. It could turn south real quick. I'm solo with the kids, so it's yeah. There you go, mate. Change your. But no, it's all good, mate. They're all good. They're pretty good.
Firstly.
Yeah, no, all good, mate. We'll fire away.
You're right. Firstly, congratulations. It is the Yabby Dam Farms Great Southern Star, and to get two runners into the field, firstly, congratulations. I know they're not full fields, but you've got your right two horses in there, I think, representing your stable.
Yeah, I think so, Paul. You know, we at the start of the year we sort of thought maybe we'd have a couple more, but then with a couple of them other mares, the likes of Revel Stoke and Visionary and that, but just to be honest, they just haven't measured up to that class. I think we're very happy to have one runner in, let alone two. You know, it's a privilege to be able to race in these races. You know, so no, we're happy.
It is, and you've travelled the world. These sorts of races, a few people have said to me, does this race really work? 2 heats on the one night and that, because we don't do it anywhere other time. But you sort of need to have a unique race, I think, sometimes with your gate.
For sure, it adds interest. It's got people talking. Whether it's for the right reasons or wrong reasons, it's got people talking, so it creates interest. So, I'm definitely not opposed to it. I think it's got its place. It's not something you'd want to be doing too many times in a year, that's for sure. But a race like the Southern Star or the Elite Lop or the Hambletonian Futurity, they're races that have stood the test of time, and they do it. I can't see why we can't do it down here. It's good racing, it's exciting racing, and like you said, it creates a lot of interest
and a lot of intrigue, doesn't it, in a way?
Yeah, for sure. You've everybody's thinking. From the moment the draws come out, you already, I know ourselves, we're already thinking like how the race will pan out. How much petrol do you want to spend in the first heat? Do you go to the bottom of the well the first heat to try and get a spot, etc. So, yeah, it's very intriguing.
It is indeed, and I think a lot of the chatter has been about, well, I'll say it now, the two Brian Kesey horses. They're lowly rated, but within the rules, they're entitled to be in the race. He wants to put them in the race, so I can't see unless they change the rules. They're welcome to be in it. Whether he should be in it or not, that's a different kettle of fish. But he's playing within the rules, so you can't say nothing. That's it. The rules are there.
That's exactly right, Paul. It's within the rules, and at the end of the day, it's a horse race. It's I guess it's a la that fella that the skier that won.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah, the skier that won the skater. Sorry,
Bradbury.
The skater that.
Bradbury.
Yeah, that
Yep,
won
Stephen
the
Bradbury,
gold
yep.
medal. You know, so it's a horse race, Paul. Anything can happen. You know, the likelihood of one of them horses winning but yeah, it's very unlikely, to be honest. But like, they're in there, they've got a shot. So
Yep.
you know, when them gates fold, anything can happen. And yeah, if they wanted to put them in there, that's up to them. Yeah.
Exactly. So if anyone's wondering how it works, the first 3 across the line qualify automatically, and then the next 6 spots are filled by the fastest times. So that is one of the big intriguing parts about it, isn't it? Because you can say, I'll just hand up to whatever horse, say Just Believe, you can sit on Just Believe's back and just run second. But if he goes awfully slow and there's 3 or 4 horses outside of you, it could be the bad move. So it throws a lot of intrigue into how people are going to drive and what people will do in the race, including, you know, the likes of Just Believe from that tricky draw.
Oh, 100%, Paul. Like, I've actually had that scenario, I think, twice with Always Ready. You know, I think he ran 4th 2 years in a row, but was in the much slower heat. And you know, I sort of thought his runs were very, very good, full of merit. But yeah, the fact that he was in the slower heat, he actually didn't make the final. Yeah, there was horses running sort of 5th and 6th that actually had quicker times in him because they were in a quicker heat and just got sucked along and got a run. So it makes it interesting, you know. Obviously, if you're lucky enough to jump on the front or have a horse that's good on the front and can relax and get away with easy sectionals, that's probably ideally what you want to do because you want to save a little bit of petrol. But if you're behind on a horse, you probably don't want that to happen, so you go and put a bit of speed into the race. So, yeah, it makes it tactically very interesting.
It does indeed. I'm just having a look. So Plymouth Chubb went 156 last year. I'm Ready Jet went 155. So it must have been 2 years before that because...
Yeah, I think it was. Yep, the year before that. Yeah.
Yeah, because those times were... But I do remember the night and it was... I think it was actually the Kiwi horse. Speeding Spur might have been one of the offenders because no one wanted to attack him because he was the pin-up horse and he got to the front and walked and just dictated the race how he wanted to from memory, I think. So, yeah. Yeah,
I can't remember, to be honest, but yeah, I remember twice. Twice he ran 4th, that fella, and he didn't make the final.
You're doing a good job, mate. I can hear the music going in the background. We've got Mark Gurry. He's on there, and of course he's got Mufasa Metro in the race, so he'll be intrigued. Firstly, let's start with the first race. Call Me the Breeze. How did he pull up after Ballarat? He was awesome at Ballarat. Congratulations on presenting a horse like that first up in Australia. I think it's a mighty effort. I think probably flew under the radar a little bit of what you were able to achieve because sometimes they take a bit of a customising, mate. So well done on that. And how has he pulled up?
Yeah, he's pulled up super, Paul. He's to be honest, Paul, I've never really been in that situation where I've had a horse like him, you know, a high profile horse that's up and going. You know, we've always sort of had him the whole way through, you know, developed them. So we're learning as we go. Obviously, you know, with Pat, he's never been one to sort of go to New Zealand and buy horses going, etc. And even them horses that we had from Europe earlier days, you know, the Hopeful Beauties, E.G. Money's, Destiny Genaloos, they were all bought as yearlings. So it's a learning curve for us, but, you know, obviously the horse has got an amazing record. So it was pretty much just, stick to the basics and try not to bugger him up. To be honest, he's just naturally a fast horse. But we learned a bit there at Ballarat. We learned, he didn't get that last turn. My own fault. I sort of made a few gear changes, took his check off, and he's such a good gated horse, and felt like he probably could get away without a check. But when the pressure, even though he trialled real good at Melton without a check, when the pressure went on and the speed really went on, that last turn, he didn't get that last turn at all, and I don't think he was ever going to beat Just Believe, but I sort of thought he could have run to his girth a good second.
I think he was I think that's pretty awesome because I think he was awesome to get as close as what he did anyway. I mean, Just Believe at the minute is the benchmark trotter in Australasia. I think,
without a doubt.
And to get as close as what you did, and look, not a knock on Ballarat in any way, but some trotters don't handle that last turn. It can be a bit tricky for a lot of trotters.
Yeah, it can. That's without a doubt. But we went back to the drawing board and we've put his check back on and added a pole, and his training, his work has been super since, and we'll do a little bit with him there tomorrow. But at this stage, I can't knock him, to be honest, Paul. He's bright, he's well, he looks great. He sort of, it's a little tricky time for him. The hot days he sort of struggles a little bit because he's got a bit of a winter coat coming through.
Yep.
He just hasn't acclimatised fully yet. But I think, every week's getting a little bit better for him.
No, he will be fine. Before we talked about the next mare, it was rules don't apply for Anthony Crosland. Tornado Valley led Kate Gaff. I think it was returning from a long spell, and she wanted to go as slow as she could. She went 57.4. And then temporarily, it's funny, isn't it? I was just talking to Crystal, and Michelle Wallace and Bernie Hackett trained temporarily. It won the second heat, went 54.6, and that's what brought about the undoing for you and a lot of other people that were back in the pack in that other race.
Yeah, there you go.
It's quite funny. We talk about or talk to some people, and it goes that way. So yeah, but anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just. The way the race was run, and it is what it is.
You're doing a good job, because I know Round Man's keeping you busy out the back there. I'm ready, Jet. Mate. She actually qualified that night. She's been a part of these for a couple of years. Firstly, you'd be happy with her, I would imagine. She didn't get a lot of luck, I think, at Ballarat. She was buried back in the pack a bit. Yes
and no, Paul. To be honest, she's I can't seem to get her to race consistently. She'll put in a real good run and then she'll put in an average one. She doesn't necessarily put in shockers. I wouldn't say she's ever had a shocker. She's such an honest, hard trying mare. But I think we all know she's better than she's going. That's without a doubt. But yeah, I sort of tried a few things, and I thought she trained down really well, and yeah, she took a little bit sort of longer to sort of really hit her straps. But then, yeah, she'd put in a real good run, and then the next one might be a little average. And she was good at Shepparton without being sensational, but I was happy with her. She sat parked and won. But then, at Ballarat, to be honest, she sort of got a little bit left flat-footed when the speed really went on.
Okay.
So yeah, she's sort of mixing her form a little bit. Yeah, mate. And I really don't know why. But I can't knock her. She's had a good, she recovered really well from that last race at Ballarat. Her work's been great. She looks great. She's eating. She always eats. But I just don't know. Maybe we went to the bottom of the well a little too many times with her. She sat parked. I think they're 12 out of 16 starts.
Yeah.
It's tough at that level, to keep doing that.
Might have just zapped her desire a bit.
Yeah. I just wonder, she's always been so genuine. That's always been the greatest sort of asset, is that she does try so hard. She could sit parked and still run a great race, But as far as her health and her fitness and everything goes, she's really, really well.
Yep.
She's going to need a lot of luck from the draw, and that's a tough heat,
It is.
It's a tough heat, I sort of think, going forward, if HRV, if there is a way that they can
seed the horses.
Yeah, whether they go, first, third, sort of fifth and seventh, or something like that. Seed them a little better in the heats. I know there's places. I think they might have done that in New Zealand, not New Zealand, Queensland for the Inters. They might have sort of split them a little bit. I heard someone say, but so I think on paper, you've got one heat that's super, super strong and one that's probably not as strong. But yeah, in saying that, it's a little ignorant too, because all them horses deserve to be there. And
I think what you're saying is spot on. It's definitely on paper looks the toughest heat to qualify for. That's for sure. And you know, you can leave him in or take him out, just believe. But the others are very even lot of horses that are going to need everything going their way. And then there's also that little bit of, I suppose, unsureness, like a horse like Perfidious Sue, and people say, you know, with him, he trotted 56.7 the other day. Like those other couple of times, if he can trot that, or she can trot that, I think it's a she, trots that.
Yeah, yeah.
If she trots that, she's going to be thereabouts. I mean, it's going to be a lot harder when she's sitting on their back and all the rest, but she does have a good time next to her name. And it was last start. Like, and you know, she worked hard early. She went to the front. So yeah, she's going to throw.
Yeah.
She's going to be a bit of a curveball, I think, for a few people in there.
I agree. I think she's, you know, I remember watching her. She's always a horse that caught my eyes, particularly because she's pacing bred. I always look at them sort of horses, you know. So I just curiosity, and she ran fourth, I think, in the Breeders' Crown, the 4-year-old Breeders' Crown, to Egret, and she was by far the run of the race. She savaged the line, never got out till late, and really hit the line. And since then, she seems to have just gotten better and better. So yeah, she deserves a spot in there. And yeah, like I think if you go off 2 starts back, you know, RC Phoenix, if he finds the front,
and runs,
you know, he's shown that he can trot in 53. And he done that easy at Bendigo. So yeah, if he finds the front and does the same, yeah, sort of good luck to everything else chasing him, you know. But Just Believe's in there, Queen Leader's in there. I'm ready. It's a very, very tough race.
Just from memory too, the position that you get in is, so the fastest winner gets to select their barrier draw first. Is that still how it plays, Anton, or not?
I don't know, to be honest, Paul. It always seems to change to me. I sort of always thought that the fastest winner got to pick the barrier draw, but then I thought for some reason last year that wasn't the case. But
yeah, I think you're right.
I don't really look into it too much. I just try and focus on the horses, and hopefully we get them there.
Greg Gengel does watch a lot of what I do. He doesn't watch everything I do. If he is watching, Greg, you might give me a text through and just tell me that. I don't think Ox watches me, but he might. Never know. Might have a few others going through there. Just from the farm's point of view, Anton, the job that Just Believe's doing, I know it must be frustrating when you're running seconds to him, but bred on the farm, you know, what Pat's chasing to do to improve the bloodlines of trotters in Australia, and he's just a great advert for trotting, I believe, full stop for a start. Like the gate in our state and in our country and how good it's got, and a huge advert for harassed trotters and Yabby Farms and what you guys are trying to achieve in the breeding barn as well.
100%, Paul. He is basically the epitome of what we're trying to do. You know, he's a Franco-American horse. He's by a French stallion, and Orlando Vici out of an American mare, and it's what we've sort of been trying to get across the whole time. You know, with our breed, you know, we've had so much luck with the Franco-American horses. You know, horses like Un Bellaleur, and there's been a heap of them, Paul. You know, so. And he is exactly that, you know. It's no secret, you know, in Europe and now you're seeing more and more in America that's the magic sort of cross, I guess, if you could say. You know, obviously it doesn't always work, but you know, when it does work, they do seem to be superior horses. You know, you get the stamina, the endurance from the French horse, and the speed and the gait from the American horse. You know, and that's exactly what he is. You know, he's a horse that's got a very good, very efficient gait. You know, he wastes no energy. He hasn't got a heap of action. He's got just a good, efficient gait, and he's got a massive motor. So, yeah, it was only today we were working on the straight track there, and I pointed out to one of the girls, and I said, "There's Just Believe's mum."
Yep.
She was just there in the paddock, and I think she's back in foal to Orlando Vici.
Oh.
So yeah, it's great. It's great for the farm, you know. It's what we've been sort of trying to do for the last sort of 8 to 10 years is breed these sorts of horses, and you know, and I think the current sort of crop of mares and who they're in foal to, etc., is by far the best that we've had. you know, so yeah, he's a great advertisement for the farm, and you know, and he's been well looked after from day one. You know, Mick Hughes done an amazing job with him.
Because we've got to remember, he ran third in the final of the Inter-Dominion for Mick Hughes.
He ran third, yeah. He ran third in the Inter-Dominion final with Mick Hughes, you know, and it was only his 4-year-old year. And then, you know, and obviously since Jess and Greg have got him, he's just gone to a new level, you know. He's and he just seems to be getting better. So, you know, they're doing a great job with him, and you know, obviously Greg drives him so well. He knows him so well, and
they are they're very in sync, aren't they? Those two.
For sure.
They just seem, the pair of them seem very happy together, I must say. It's sort of...
yeah, for sure. He knows the horse so well and drives him accordingly. You know, he knows when to put him in the race, and, you know, he doesn't, you know, especially this last, sort of since he's been back from Sweden, I don't think he's gone... Oh, I don't even know if he's pulled the plugs on him, to be honest. I don't know. I could be wrong, but yeah, he's just got him worked out, and the horse is in a great spot. He's in the zone, and right now he's by far the best trotter in Australasia. You know, in my opinion, he's, like I said, he's just got every attribute. You know, he's got speed, stamina, good gait. He's got a great mind, great manners. You know, once again, tribute to Mick Hughes. Like he done a great job educating the horse, because he does nothing wrong. You know, he doesn't pull, he doesn't get racy, he doesn't make breaks. He's just a very, very good horse. So no, he's a massive thrill for us. You know, like we get a buzz out of it seeing him race. And like I said, today I seen his mum, and I thought, oh well, you know, there's a mare that's just thrown $1 million winner. You know.
I think that's one thing too, Anton, though, you've got to realise, and people need to realise the longevity of this horse. Like, it doesn't just happen. Like, it's how they're raised, how they're brought up, and how they go. And I think that's hats off. I'm going to give you the heads up too, Anton. Sarah Gray is actually watching. So,
is she?
so I just saw her name pop up just then as one of the people watching. Dylan Ferguson's there, Sean Smith's there as well. But yeah, I saw Sarah Gray. I thought, oh, better make sure we get a bit of noise from the kids, because if they're too quiet, you're in trouble.
No, well, she's actually sitting in the hospital there at the moment, waiting for me to come and pick her up. I'm just she got trodden on there today by a horse, unfortunately, so she had to go in and get some X-rays done.
Hopefully, she's okay.
I think so. Yeah. Hopefully, yeah. I think it will be okay. Just it looked pretty nasty when she got home. She was in a fair bit of pain. So
why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me that? Now I feel bad.
No, that's right. She's tough, mate. She's tough, believe me.
Very, very quickly, Anton. Just the Prix d'Amérique. I get the name.
Prix d'Amérique.
Prix d'Amérique. The horse's name. How do we say that for a start?
Idio de Tillard. Idio de Tillard. Yeah.
Rightio.
Idio de Tillard.
How big a run was that? It was
huge.
I've never seen anything like that. I encourage people to go and watch it. I found it off Harness Link. This is only the last 400 metres, and it does not do the horse justice. He was 4 deep for the first lap and a half of any track we've got here, I reckon. It was just phenomenal.
Amazing, and an amazing training effort. Like the horse missed a couple of the lead-up runs. He got sick. So yeah, Thierry de Valdestein, he's an amazing trainer. You know, obviously he'd won 2 Prix d'Amérique before with Ready Cash.
Yeah.
He took over the training from Philip Allaire, and so he knows what it takes to win one, obviously. But yeah, that was a massive effort, because only I think it was about 3 or 4 weeks ago there was question marks on the horse even racing in the race. You know, they'd missed out on a lot of work, and they were sort of questioning whether they were going to start. But huge effort, massive run, and truly a great horse. So yeah, if he stays healthy, nothing goes amiss. He's going to be a top horse for the next couple of years. I think.
Actually, I know he's 5.
He's 5. Yeah, he's an I. Yeah, so he's 5. Yeah, because Joshua Tree's J, and he's 4. So
yep.
So yeah, no, he's an amazing horse. Like, I think if you look through a couple of runs back, he galloped there early at the start. Sat last at the top of the straight. They pulled him out, and he absolutely blew him away. And it was probably as quick as I've seen a horse go down the straight. anywhere. It was amazing. So that sort of put the writing on the wall then that he was, really, really a superstar. So, he done it tough the other day. So super horse.
I sometimes get caught out. I'm only allowed to show less than 400 metres last 30 seconds. So sometimes I don't watch the entire races. But I had 5 seconds up my sleeve, which I didn't have in the end, but that's another story. But I watched him win it, and then I thought I just better go back and watch this. And I was just gobsmacked. I'm thinking, well, he must get to the 2 wide line soon, and he just doesn't. He's just stuck there, and it's just like, I think the gentleman's name's Clement.
Clement de Wulderstein, his son, Thierry's son,
He didn't seem to panic. He didn't seem to worry him. He just waited, and eventually he got there. And I think the chat he's having with the guy out 3 deep, it's worth. You've probably got to watch it a few times. But he has a chat with the guy out 3 deep, and I think the guy's saying, you should let me in. And I think he's saying, no, mate, you can just stay there because you're going to drop out. You're going to drop out. But they said having a conversation. It's quite funny to watch. And then he just sits. It was breathtaking.
Amazing,
it's what racing's about. So mate, I'm going to let you go. Thank you.
No, pleasure, Paul. Pleasure.
Sarah, I'm sorry if you're still watching. I'm very sorry. Hopefully the foot's okay as well. And we didn't need too much screaming from the kids. So I think Anton's doing a good job. Thank you very much, mate. Good luck on Saturday night. I will be there, and I look forward to it. And of course, it's sponsored by Yabby Dam Farm. So thank you very much to Pat Driscoll and the team for getting behind these races and continuing to sponsor them, mate. So thank you very much.
Appreciate it, mate. Thank you.
We have Anton Golino, who's got a bit on his plate. He didn't tell me. Well, he did tell me he had the kids, but he didn't tell me that he had to go and get Says from hospital. Feel very bad. I'm not sure what that means, but let's just see. I've got to do a couple of things. Rightio. So with the, I'm just trying to see if I can get Dave Murphy on, actually, because it was a huge run the other day. Right, with the Nutrient Equine sales, I got a few of the guys from Queensland. We've got heaps of New Zealanders on too, which I really do appreciate you guys tuning in and being a part of these shows, because it's what I want to do. Johnny Turner, hello to you, Johnny. Probably should add you on, but I'll just wait and see if I can get Murph on here. The New Zealand Nutrient Equine Sunshine Stars Queensland sale is on next Saturday. Next Sunday week, get it right eventually, the 10th and 11th. I just got to make sure I get all these dates right, because I can get them wrong. Yes, the 10th and the 11th is the Great Southern Stars. Michelle Arnott, hello to you. Sales series. They've got 17 trotters up for offer. There's 5 by What the Hill, 2 Wishing Stones, Up and Quick Sebastian K. There is 2 of those. There is 3 for Propulsion, 3 for Pastor Stephen, of course, standing at Lower Long Farms. Super U's watching. 1 Over the Moon and a Majestic Sun, all tuning in there. Hello to you, Coggo. All going to be a part of that New Zealand sale, so make sure you get a part of that and go from there. A couple of the other runs we want to highlight. What I will highlight for a start is, we'll do this one first. This is Touch and Go. So this is not one of the, for the my Kiwi friends and everyone that's watching, this is Wedderburn on Sunday, and it's not one of the bigger race meetings by any, or races on the card, that is for sure. But the horse getting into second is a horse called Touch and Go, driven by Brent Murphy, and he does an awesome job for Paul Castle. This is the horse's first win, and it is also Paul Castle and Fiona Castle and the family's first win, and Brent got the job done by the last stride, and I will say well done to him and all the connections involved. It was awesome. 49 start maiden, the horse was. Paul and Fiona have been a part of harness racing since 1992, continue to have horses. So I think well done to those guys. It's an awesome effort. Only just got there. It was good to catch up with him afterwards, and that's what trotting is all about. So try to highlight as many of the good ones as I can. Just realised I might have missed one race downloading the thing, going through there. Spoke before about Just Believe. This is the Dullard Cup, of course, Queen Alida, Olivici and Mufasa Metro. And Kiang Ignite actually is the other horse in there as well, but Just Believe was pretty awesome winning here. Queen Alita was outstanding. She was last. Chris made the long track up with fast sectionals, 29.40 on the back. She did not shirk the task. Mufasa Metro Ever Justice did a terrific job as well. Olivici just might not be quite at the top of his game, 26.8 that last quarter. Just probably struggling since he come back from the Inter-Dominion. They did say it was very hot up there, and it just might have poured a few of these horses undone, I would say, on the day. And then the other race from Sunday, the one race that I do want to highlight, was the Wedderburn Priority 1 Wedderburn Trotters Cup. Chris Elford is the he's about to be 3 deep. He's 3 deep with cover now with Grumpy. He gets up down the outside to get the win. Done a terrific job, this horse, by Muscle Mass. That's a couple of Muscle Masses I've highlighted this today. Beating Baltica and Majestic Bell for Fred Spiteri and Mickey Bellman did a very, very good job because did plenty of work earlier. Baltica looked like it had the race at its mercy, and then Grumpy done the job, got over the top of him. As I said, he's a 4-year-old now, and he has had 25 starts for 5 wins, $60,000 in stakes. He's out of a Sundon mare as well, so doing an awesome job there. I reckon what I'm going to do, I'm just going to try and do this, and we'll just see what happens. Could be dangerous, this. He may answer, he may not. We'll just see how it goes. He may not want to answer me. No, unfortunately Dave doesn't want to answer, so I will highlight his little horse as well, Perfidious Sue. That's it in front. Another race I want people to go and watch. This is the last race on Saturday night. The amount of work this horse did mid-race was outstanding, and got the job done. Did an awesome job there, and fought them off and tried to look at the quarters there. 28.7, 30.5, 29.3, and I think it's a similar at home. Trots 56.7. She's done an awesome job. She is bred, she's pacing bred, she's by Captain Treacherous. I'm just going to actually look up the mare. Should have had that. Mark Gary, I will get to you in a second, mate. Valiant Sue was an El Sue mare. Give me an hour. Murph, I haven't got an hour, so that's okay. David Brick, hello to you. Of course, we want to highlight the Queensland sales, but unfortunately, we're not going to get Murph, that's for sure, because in an hour's time, I'll be too busy. I will be signed off. I'm not going to be talking for a whole hour there. But this horse as well, 20 starts now, 5 wins in 4 seconds, but he's completely pacing bred by Captain Treacherous, son of Sunbeat Somewhere. And yeah, Valiant Sue, an El Sue horse as well, but done an awesome job. Just might quickly look this mare up, Valiant Sue, because she has left something else. Just not 100% sure. I don't reckon I want to answer that one. Always dangerous, some of those things. Serious. Got a WhatsApp number that I do not know. I am not answering that one. Valiant Charger, Majestic Sue, and Perfidious Sue. So no, all the rest of those have been paces. 10 wins for Valiant Charger. So did a good job, $72,000 in stakes. So yep, just done an awesome job, and well done. I like seeing stories like that, and I like the way the horse races, and I don't mind throwing him up into the Great Southern Star because, as I said, got good times next to its name. The Great Southern Star will be a fantastic heat and final. Go too hard in the heat, you may not take the polish off in the final, and that's exactly what happens. Mark Gurry, you're spot on. It's a game of training leading up to it. It's a game of training at the end of it. It's a very, very big effort what they've got to do to get these horses through. Good luck to Andy Gaff. Majestuoso first up in it. I think that's a big effort. Not sure what he's on about there. We might be able to get him. We'll just see how I go. Majestuoso trial today, and he's going to be backing up, which could be a big effort. Probably won't worry him on the night, and might just worry how he backs up as to how much it does take out of his fitness. It's interesting, though, Kate Gaff being a runner, she will actually be good to go. Not sure if Murph's going to answer this one or not, but he just sent me a funny little message, so maybe he's going to go. I'll just go again. I'll just ring him one more time. We'll just see if we can't get him on the phone, because it's a good little story, this. If we get him, we get him. If we don't, we don't.
Hey, mate.
Hey, mate, I'm live on the phone, so if you're too busy, just tell me, and we can go from there. But I just wanted to have a quick chat with you if we could.
How long is it going to take?
2 minutes. What are you up to?
Shoeing a horse.
You've got 2 seconds to catch your breath?
2 minutes, yep. Doesn't matter if I puff a bit, does it?
No, well, we actually had, didn't work hard at the trial today, just did enough. Actually had Anton, and he was babysitting, so everything happens on this show, mate. It doesn't matter. Firstly, thank you very much for joining me, Murph.
In 2 minutes. Say that again, Paul.
Thank you very much for joining me, even though we are
No
live.
worries.
That part's fine.
Oh, sorry. I'm talking to someone else at the same time, sorry.
It doesn't matter. It'll all work out. Firstly,
I'm one of them blokes who can do 2 things at once, you know.
well, you're going to be tested, and there's going to be a lot of people that'll pull you up for it. You know that, don't you?
Oh, no, I don't.
Congratulations, firstly, with the win of Perfidious Sue on Saturday night, and the way you've actually got this horse going, mate. It's just awesome, I think.
It is, to get a, I think she come to us like late 3-year-old filly. Always wanted to catch Captain Treacherous, hadn't had one there, and it turned out it was a trotter. So it's, but a few issues her first 4 or 5 runs. I think he started favourite her first 2 or 3 runs because of the trials, and then being pacing bred and being by Captain Treacherous, she was getting a bit worked up walking around behind the mobile, and if you turned it to the mobile and if you had a hold of her at all, she'd go into a pace straight away. But kind of got me routine what I do with her at the start. I don't walk her much. I just keep her trotting sort of thing. And but she's grown up a lot in a short time. She's fairly professional now, and she's not one-dimensional. She can do it quite a few ways. She's got the makings of a really good horse, but she's just got to get race mature now. We're throwing her in the deep end on Saturday night, of course. But with what time she can run and the speed that she's got, and she'll follow speed, and I don't think she'll disgrace herself. Yeah.
I've got a video showing at the minute, Murph, and her run last week, but I'm only allowed to show the last 400 metres, which doesn't do her justice. You nearly got to show the first lap, because when you see the end, you say, oh yeah, she's found the front and she's just got away with it, ran nice sectionals. She did all the work. She had no right. She had no right to do what she did.
Yeah, I thought I was in a bit of froth and bubble on the first corner, because she does still hang a little bit. She's a funny girl. Some days, some races she doesn't. She doesn't hang at all at home. Some days she does, and some days she doesn't. But the other night she got into the first corner, and we're probably going to get there comfortable, and she locked on her right rein, and so I had to keep her, off the runners inside me. And so she did more work, and I thought, oh, geez, I'm sort of overdoing things here. As soon as I got to the breeze and coming to the bell, the way she felt, it just felt then, this horse doesn't get beat. She just felt unbelievable. And then, it looked like I went early down the back, but I was a bit worried about getting around the last bend, because the second last bend, she was on her right rein quite bad. And then, so when I noticed Graham Whittle pulled his plugs out, and he was on a loose rein, and I know what speeds mine's got, and I thought, if I get by him and get on the pegs, I can nurse her around the last corner, which I did. And from onlookers, they probably looked like she was tiring around the last corner, but it was just me trying to hold her off the pegs. And then I know as soon as I get into the straight, through other runs, if I can just get her steering on her left rein again, well, she finds another gear, which she did, So so to do things wrong and do all that work and run that time, she's if I can iron all that out, we've got a special mare over the next 12, 18 months, hopefully.
The one thing I love, Murph, is there's a bit of an X factor about her. There's a bit of excitement, because there's the unknown part with the breeding. And also just that natural progression that she started showing, like from, not necessarily being bad-mannered, but, manners have been a query, but you look like, and I don't want to moz you for Saturday night, you look like you're getting on top of those. And they only get better. Trotters only get better once they get their confidence up.
Yeah, there's things I can't do on her yet that I think I'll be able to do over the next 6 months, like this is her first season at the races, and I can't remember how long she's been in our barn for, but it's only maybe 6 months, and first few months of that was, she was still getting worked as a pacer. So to come from that to this is, pretty spectacular. And the breeding is bloody unbelievable, like to get Captain Treacherous that goes like this, she, the next, I think every time I give her a short spell, which she won't get long spells now because she's 5, she'll just get little, have little targets that we set her for, and then have short little breaks. And yeah, I think she'll improve each time. Yeah.
No, I think well done. I think well done also, mate, for throwing her in the Southern Star, Great Southern Star. And I mean that in a good way. Steph Burley's watching from New Zealand. Hi to you, Steph. You might have got a mention earlier on in the show. But I think well done for you to putting her in. She trotted 56 and 7 the other night. As I said, she did all the work. If she was on the fence, she probably trots a 55. I know it's probably pie in the sky to say you're going to be able to beat some of these horses, but at the same time, they're going to know you're in the race, mate, if you can just get into a rhythm and trot along nice, that's for sure. And that brings that X factor that we need in our industry. We need people talking about these sorts of races from so many different angles.
Yeah, I mean, we're hopeful. Like it's a massive throw at the stumps, but soon as I saw the time she went the other night, I just thought, they don't go much quicker than that in the big race, and I just thought, I've always thought if you've got a horse that you think's good enough at the time, you have a crack, and so it is a throw at the stumps. I'm not expecting much. It's amazing to be this far. It's amazing going in the heats, to beat a few home and make the final would be out of this world. But we're there with some show. So anyway.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think well done. Just very quickly, mate, before I let you go, your boys are doing an outstanding job. What Brent was able to do on Sunday, I think, was outstanding for Paul White and his wife Fiona. It was pretty cool scenes to be there and all the rest, mate. You must be pretty proud out of the boys and the way they conduct themselves, and then they turn up these great little stories as well along the way.
Yeah. Brent's got a good connection with them guys. He's been driving for a couple for them, and to get their first ever winner as a trainer, he was over the moon with that. So the lads are doing a good job. They're as good as what the horses they get to sit behind, hey?
Yeah, but they're presenting themselves, and I mean, Declan's always smiling and happy, and
they're giving themselves a chance. Yeah.
And I'll tell this to a lot of young people as well. The one thing they do, both your boys, they always say hello. So it goes a lot.
If I told him anything, I told him to talk. I don't know where they get that from, but anyway, got to run, man. Got to talk to you.
Thank you very much, Murph. David Murphy there, joining me at short notice with Perfidia Sue, and it's a cool little story, and that's what I want to try and get out there is some of these good stories and get the message out there about these horses going terrifically. Team Teal, I touched on it with Crystal Hackett. It starts on the 1st of February. So make sure you're ready for that. That'll be Thursday is the 1st of Feb. So Team Teal, all lady drivers will be getting around in that. I do know that Bendigo on the 8th and 15th, they will be having both of the Team Teal races. The Lynn McPherson races will be both at Bendigo. And on the 8th, they've actually got a lady driver's pace. So if you, two things, if you want to enter a horse for that with a lady driver, it's a $10,000 race. I think it's about a 50 rated race going from there. The other thing is on both nights of heats, they're selling sponsorship, which all that money will be raised and go to the Team Teal. So if you want to sponsor a race on either the 8th or the 15th, get in touch with the Bendigo Harness Racing Club. You'll be able to find them through Facebook or your socials, or get on to the net. It is BHRC, Bendigo Harness Racing Club. Don't know if it's .org or .au, doesn't matter. You'll be able to find it. It's pretty simple to find if you want to get involved and get in touch with Eric and the crew, or just ring the club, or just ring HRV and ask them to put you on that way as well, so you'll be able to get in touch with them. Majestic Trio was a great return to form the other night. Probably a little bit disappointing he didn't come down for the Great Southern Star, but I also probably understand it because it was his first win back. He'd been just sort of lost a little bit in the system, so he was... He returned, I'm just going to get his times up there. I actually did record the race, but I don't know where it is. So he trotted 58 dead, 29 and 28.9 his last two quarters. Pretty much ran at the same time the whole way, but he's an exciting horse, a 6-year-old son, a majestic son, with plenty of ability. And good to see him back. Funky Monkey and Sonny G running the placings there as well. So nice little race. I apologise for not recording that race, but I did miss that one. Now, fields are out also. There's plenty of good racing, plenty of intrigue with a few of the races. Going forward, I did a bug over the job here, but I think it's at Addington on Friday night. The Renwick Farms, Free For All Trot, Prince Teki, Oscar Bonavina, 2 Tangata, Out of My Way, Smoke and Bander, El Conqueror and Nazareth returns, all going against Oscar Bonavina. That's on Friday night at Addington, so plenty of good trot races coming up right across both sides of the ditch. I think there's a nice one actually at Invercargill tomorrow. Yes, it is too. The Gold Championship final. No, it is a nice race. 15,000. Don't know any of those horses though. So I think I saw one where there was a couple of others. But anyway, not sure. Thank you. Thank you very much for tuning in and watching Talking Trotters. Thank you very much to my guests. A couple have been trying. One's been shooting a horse, and one has been looking after the kids and going to pick up his wife. So I really do appreciate it. Crystal Hackett as well for joining me on the show to start it off with. And apologies for the audio at the start, but really do appreciate it. As I said, unfortunately, valet to American Ideal, the handsome son. I actually don't even know what he is by American Ideal. He's a stallion himself. But for the team at Woodland Stud and Lower Log Farms, my condolences because he was a ripping horse. The last interview I did with Kath McIntosh. Not the last interview I did with Kath, but the last interview we did outside the Stallions' yards. We're actually outside AI's yard, and he knew we weren't taking any notice of him, so he was running past and kicking the standoff wire. Never was he going to go over it, nothing like that. He was just saying, hey, you're not taking any notice of me at all. So he was a beautiful horse, and unfortunately just lost a brief battle with illness the other day, and no longer with us. So condolences to the whole team at Woodland Stud, who are great supporters of Campbell's comments, and really do thank them for that. This is Talking Trotters for What the Hill. Good luck to everyone in the Great Southern Star. Good luck to everyone who's got a trotter running this weekend. I look forward to seeing you all next week. I'll be at Melton on the Saturday night, so we'll be covering off on those. And hopefully Talking Trotters will be back next Monday, going from there. Don't forget Nutrient Equine, the Sunshine Stars, 17 trotters up for grabs. So if you want to get a trotter, you've got plenty of opportunity up there, and there is 5 by What the Hill. Thank you, and I will be back next Monday night. We'll be back tomorrow night. I've got Duncan McPherson and Nick Hooper teed up. We'll be talking about the Prix d'Amérique as well with them gentlemen, plus whatever else comes up. We'll also might try and get someone on to talk about the Hunter Cup and how that might look as a field from a racing point of view. But thank you very much, and thanks for everyone's support with Campbell's Comment.
Side, yes, Mickey, with less than a 16th to go. What the Hill, a short lead. Lindy the Great to the inside. Yes, Mickey, coming to the wire. It's What the Hill, and David Miller winning the
pocket sitter turned first over attacker What the Hill. And behind them, Dover Dan from in third. International Money still got work to do. They're in deep stretch, and here comes What the Hill. And Miller on the outside. What the Hill converting off the pocket trip to win the Canadian Trotting Classic. He won it by 3 going away. It's What the Hill.
Third, 3/4, 124 and 2 into the stretch. Looks like a Chippendale appears to be on the verge. Crazy Wild trying to fend him off. Room at the rail for What the Hill. He's raging late. And in heavy traffic is Pinkman on the far outside. Dason trying to close in. But off the rail comes What the Hill, the 3-year-old. What the Hill to seal his division. What the Hill. Then Dason. And then it was Pinkman third and Mambo Lindy fourth. What the Hill in 151 and